What's good, y'all? It's your boy NeedForSheed coming back with another NFL recap. I'm sorry, y'all. A lot of stuff has been going on. I haven't been able to do these videos weekly like I wanted to before, but I'm going to finish out strong. I also will be giving out some awards. Who I think will win, like the MVP, offensive player, defensive player, all that. I'll be giving out those awards as well later. My predictions on that. But I'm glad for everybody that's been sticking around. I hope you guys have enjoyed this NFL season. I hope you guys have enjoyed these recaps and predictions. So let's go ahead and get it started. Let's recap week 14 and then predict week 15. So the first we got the Rams and the Raiders. I don't know what the hell was wrong with the Raiders. They can beat us. I'm the Chargers fan. They beat us the week 4, then they lose to the Rams with a quarterback who's only been there for 48 hours. I don't understand how that happened, but they did it anyway. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. I still think you just a guy, but you was the guy that night. Derek Carr, you should be ashamed of yourself. Josh McDaniels, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all defense really should be ashamed of yourselves. Why y'all gonna play man press and then let him free release? Let Van Jefferson free release. I don't know what's wrong with y'all over there, but I don't know. It is what it is. All right, let's move on. Jets, Bills. I picked the Bills to win that. I think the Jets are coming back down to earth. They still don't have a franchise quarterback. Zach Wilson may grow into that, but it might be a little while. The defense is solid. Sauce Gardner, everything like that, they solid. Shout out to them, but shout out to Josh Allen. Them, they getting back in rotation. They look like they still might be able to get the #1 seed in the AFC. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Bills. Bengals and Browns. I expected the Bengals to do that. Deshaun is going to be a minute before he gets back in rotation. He ain't played in 2 years. So their defense has names, but not a team aspect. Offensively, they still need a couple more pieces. Their offensive line is a little banged up. They need to get that fixed. Running backs is fine. They got #1 Amari Cooper, but they still, and Njoku was a good tight end. Harrison is a good tight end, but they need to go ahead and move on to the next, get a couple more receivers in there for Deshaun. And let's see how this works out next year. Texans and Cowboys. Cowboys, y'all better pray that y'all won this game because the Texans took it to y'all the whole game. And until the last 2 minutes of that game, they had y'all. So shout out to the Texans for fighting hard, but at the end of the day, you still came up short. Cowboys, y'all better get y'all act together because Jacksonville is coming in and they are better than the Texans. And then you got Philly and them down the road. Uh, Dak did what he needed to do, 98-yard drive. Albeit it was against the Texans, but shout out to the Cowboys for winning that one. CD, you need to show up more. Vikings and Lions, kind of expect what Kirk Cousins is. Kirk Cousins, he'll go beat Buffalo. He'll go beat some of these teams, but then play Philly, get blown out. Play some of these other teams, play the Cowboys, got blown out. So Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. This is what you expect. Jettis is that guy. They should be good to go. Their defense is very terrible. They bottom third, I think, of the league. They terrible. The Lions offensively can score on anybody. Offensively, they have that much firepower. And now bringing in Jameson Williams, he got his first career catch and it was a touchdown. You can't beat that. He was a top wide receiver coming out anyway. So shout out to the Lions. They offensively, they are very potent. Defensively, they were terrible the majority of this year, but they have picked it up. So shout out to them for getting that win. Jaguars and Titans. I don't know what's wrong with the Titans. They were just spiraling. They really don't have a #1. Traylon Burks may be there, but he's been in and out of the lineup. Robert Woods coming off of ACL. It's really Derrick Henry or bust. I mean, Brian Tannehill can make a play here or there. Their defense is solid, but they just can't get it right. And the Jaguars offensively can score the ball. Defensively, they need to pick it up. I think that's what's going to need to happen next year. With Calvin Ridley coming in, they'll have a solid #1. Then you have Christian Kirk, Zay Jones. You will have re-sign Evan Ingram. You still have ETN and Trevor Lawrence on rookie contracts. So I think offensively you should be fine. Add in another offensive lineman, but mostly they need to focus on defense next year. Should have took Aiden Hutchinson over Trayvon Walker, but that's a different story. Shout out to the Jags on the win. Eagles and Giants. They did exactly what they supposed to. Put their foot on the neck. The Giants are coming back down to earth. They started out really good. Brian Daboll was the coach of the year. Everything was going well. Now they came back down to earth because they really Saquon or bust. Daniel Jones is not that guy. You can't depend on their offensive line or their offensive skill positions. They traded Kadarius Toney. They drafted first round last year or the year before last, and then now you got this. Defensively, they stay in games. They do what they have to do, but they can't compete with anybody. Philly did what they do because Philly has the best roster in the league, and they have proven it. The schedule has been easy for Philly. I'm not gonna lie, but when it's an easy schedule like this, what you're supposed to do, win the schedule, and they're winning. Shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to Jalen Hurts, leading MVP candidate right now. That's where it's gonna go. Shout out to the Eagles. Ravens and Steelers. Ravens got down to that third string quarterback, and then the Steelers got down to their backup too as well. It was just a terrible game. I honestly don't care. It was ugly both ways. Maybe the Ravens, they'll get Lamar back, they'll get Huntley back soon so they can keep going. Steelers, they're gonna have their first losing season this year. I don't really know what else to do. Shout out to the Ravens for getting the win. Chiefs and Broncos. Game was way closer than what it needed to be. The Chiefs was up 27-0. But Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the modern day Brett Favre. Even though he turns the ball over, he's a less turnover Brett Favre, but still throw a lot of turnovers. The gunslinger to make any acrobatic throw, left hand, right hand, over the head, underhand, behind the back. He gonna do it all. Shout out to Mahomes. He is the best quarterback in the league, best player in the league. They got the win. The Broncos disappointing this year, and that was Russell Wilson's best game of the year, which is crazy. Jared Judy had 3 touchdowns, had a life, felt good that week. So shout out to them. The Broncos, they did what they did only because Mahomes threw 3 interceptions. Mahomes throws 1 interception, they get blown out. You don't even get this close. But shout out to the Chiefs, they found a way to win. Bucks 49ers. It was a manslaughter from the beginning, and I don't use that term lightly. I'm sorry about that, FN, but at the same time, they put their foots in Tampa Bay. They didn't have a shot. It was 28-0 before you knew it. They ran them off the field because the 49ers defense is the best defense in the NFL, and they made Tom Brady look like he was a rookie again because he couldn't get nothing. But albeit Tom Brady has not played well the whole year, and now he's dealing on top of that. His whole defense is hurt, and his offensive line is hurt, so everything's going wrong. But the 49ers did exactly with the backup, Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. Purdy. Are you Purdy? That man came in there, he did what he had to do. Shout out to the 49ers getting the win. Let's go on to the next one. Panthers and Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks, they was riding high too. They was in the same boat as the Jets and the Giants. They've been riding high. Geno did that. I ain't write them back. Yeah, did all that. They coming back down to earth a little bit. Defense really ain't that good. Geno, he makes some mistakes every now and then. Offense line really ain't that good. They still have they have a solid run game and solid receivers. Tight end Noah Fant is good. Carolina has been playing better under Steve Wilkes. Should never get fired in the first place. They playing better. They got Baker out of there. They let Sam Darnold play. Their defense is really good. They have offensive skill players. DJ Moore, Terrence Marshall, Chuba Hubbard, Dante Foreman. All of them can really play ball. So they should be good. They're going to have to go get another quarterback to put in there, though. Because what's his name tore his leg up. I think it was Matt Corral was injured the whole year, so he wasn't even able to play. So they could have played him. But we'll see what they go. Dolphins Chargers. I'm a Charger fan. We got the win. Shout out to the win. We put it on tour. Hey, Justin Herbert's still that guy to me. Tyreek Hill, he's still that guy, but he got a little hurt, so that kind of helped us a little bit. I like the way that our defense held those big players down a little bit more. We was able to control the game. Shout out to Justin Herbert. Mike Williams, he's still that guy, big play receiver down there. Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. We need to get healthy defensively and offensively. We should be good to go. The Dolphins will be fine. I don't think they win in the AFC East, but they should be able to bounce back, get a wild card. Shout out to the Chargers and the Patriots and Cardinals. It was really over with after Kyler Murray towards ACL. I didn't see how Colt McCoy was going to beat the Patriots. It is what it is. Mac Jones and them, their offense is still terrible. Defense keeps you in a lot of games. Matt Judon should get some consideration for defensive player of the year with the sacks. Everything's going well. I mean, going a little bit better for the Patriots. It is what it is. The Cardinals, bad season. They probably won't have Murray to start the first 2 months of the season next year because of the torn ACL and the time frame he's going to take. It's going to probably take him about a year. So he's going to probably be week 10, week 11, week 12 before he even consider coming playing next year. So we'll see how that goes. Shout out to the Patriots getting the win. Now, that was week 14 recap. Let's go to week 15 predictions. All right, starting out 49ers and Seahawks coming out tonight. I got the 49ers. I understand it's a division game and Seahawks play the 49ers very well, and it's going to be with the 12th man, but I got the 49ers because I believe that defense will be able to shut people down. They won't be able to run the ball as effective, and offensively, they will be able to keep Seattle's defense gassed with the running, and that will allow the play action to be open for Kittle, for Ayuk, for Jennings, for these type of players. I think San Francisco gets the win. Colts Vikings. I got the Vikings. The Colts really don't have anything. Matt Ryan is past his prime. Michael Pittman Jr. really like him. Jonathan Taylor, I really like him as well. But defensively, I don't know if they'll be going to be able to stop Thielen, Osborne, Jettis, Dalvin Cook, and Hawkinson. I don't know if they'll be able to do that. And I said Colt McCoy. Ooh, terrible. My bad. Kirk Cousins, cousin Kirk. Yeah, him. I think he have a bounce back game. It's a home game as well. I think shout out to the shout out to the Colts, but I got the Vikings winning that one. Ravens, Browns. This might be my upset of the week. I got Cleveland winning. I think Deshaun bounced back a little bit this week, and they find a way to control the tempo of the game. Now, the Baltimore defense has been playing well, but I still believe that Deshaun will be able to control, and then the uncertainty of who's playing quarterback, even if Huntley comes in. Now, if Huntley comes in, it's going to be a very more even game. But for me, I'm going to say Cleveland gets this upset win at home. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns and shout out to Baltimore, but I got Cleveland. Dolphins and Bills. I got Buffalo. Buffalo's going high right now. They won, I can't remember, 2 to 4 that straight. It was one of those. They won. Miami going to that cold is maybe a couple of inches of snow up there, a couple of feet of snow up there. It's going to be cold. You know, those southern teams going to the cold, they don't really play that well. And the way Tua has been playing the last 2 weeks, and then you don't know if Tyreek is going to play. And then having a lower leg injury going to the cold, that's not a good combination. I think Buffalo's defense holds. I think Josh Allen scores enough points. I got Buffalo winning, and there's a chance Buffalo gets the #1 seed in the AFC. Eagles, Bears. We ain't gonna draw this out long. I got the Eagles, even though it's in Chicago. Chicago offensively can't score the ball. Eagles defensively is really good. Then they got those 2 lockdown corners. Offensively, they're gonna be able to run the ball. Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, play action with AJ Brown. I got Philly clearing. Next, Falcons Saints. I got the Saints winning. Only because I have the backup in the Falcons and Desmond Ritter. Now, don't get me wrong, ain't like Marcus Mariota is that high above, but for the sake of it, I got the Saints winning. The Saints defense is really good. It's at home in the Superdome. So I got the Saints. Andy Dalton makes enough plays. The defense keeps Atlanta to low scoring. I got New Orleans winning that one. Lions and Jets. I got the Lions winning. Going to New York on the MetLife. I got Detroit winning because offensively, I feel like they're gonna put too much pressure on the Jets to score the ball, and I don't know if Mike White will be able to score enough points. So I'm going to take them to win. I got the Lions winning. The offense, now that you add Jameson Williams in with DJ Chark, Amon St. Brown, running the ball with Williams and Swift. Jared Goff is playing really good football right now, and defensively they have played better. And I think that defense can stop the Jets just enough. So in that point, I'm going to go with the Lions to win it. So that's cool with me. I got them to win it. So let's go on to the next one, and the next one is the Steelers and the Panthers. I got Carolina. The uncertainty of if Kenny Pickett is going to play offensively, Pittsburgh just doesn't have it. Now, defensively, they are picking it back up, especially with TJ Watt back in the lineup. They are picking it back up. But I think defensively, Carolina can keep the Steelers down a little bit more. And also, I think they'll be able to run the ball just enough and they can play action off of that. I got Carolina winning. This is just not the Steelers year, but 1 year out of 15, 16 years, I got that. All right, Cowboys, Jaguars. This is an interesting game. I'm going to go with the Cowboys, but I'm not 100% sure about this one, only because they are looking forward to Philly too much. That showdown, that's what they're looking for. And I don't necessarily agree with that. But at this point, I will take Dallas because Dallas defensively, I feel like they can get after Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor Lawrence offensively, they have been really good these last few weeks, and they just put it on Tennessee, which is a Mike Vrabel led team. But at the end of the day, I feel like Dallas will be able to control the ball a little bit more, score a little bit more points, and their defense will be able to go get after Trevor Lawrence. So I got Dallas winning this one. Chiefs, Texans. We're not going to talk about this too much longer. I got the Chiefs pretty clear. Mahomes, Kelsey, Pacheco, Juju, MVS. Yeah, Houston. They're going to be able to run the ball. Houston will be able to run the ball with Pierce. They'll be able to run the ball. But I feel like Mahomes, I got him. Cardinals, Broncos, battle of terrible. They just, why is this game even being played? Why is this, and it's on Fox? Fox, y'all need to drop this. Russell may play. we know Murray not playing. Is at home. I got Denver because they at home. Defensively, I think they'll be able to step up, but offense, I this is a flip a coin. I'm gonna take Denver. It is what it is. Patriots and Raiders. Also another one that they're gonna flip the coin on because offensively the Raiders can put up points, but defensively can't stop a nosebleed. The Patriots defensively can stop you. Offensively can't put the ball in the hole. So I don't. It's the battle of the. It's the battle of the offenses. This game, I don't know. I just I'm gonna go with the Raiders because they have the better skill talent. I think Josh Jacobs might be able to run the ball a little bit more. Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams, even though Belichick is going to schematically trap him. I still believe they. Josh McDaniels playing against his old team, so he kind of knows. But disciples playing against Bill Belichick don't always be the best one. So I'm gonna take the Raiders, but I'm not confident in that one. Titans and Chargers. I'm a Chargers fan. I'm gonna take the Chargers. The Titans have been real in the last few games. I feel like our offense is just as potent as the Jaguars, so I feel like we'll be able to put up enough points. Will our run defense be able to stop Derrick Henry? We don't know, and will they be able to play action and hit Traylon Burks and Robert Woods out there? I'm gonna take the Chargers. We're at home. Justin Herbert's playing really well. It's on CBS, and this is another road trip for the Titans. I'm gonna take the Chargers in this one. Bengals and Bucks. I'm taking the Bengals. The Bucks really right now offensively can't score more than 18 points, and defensively riddled with injuries. And they even then they were actually stopping people, but they riddled with injuries. I don't see how that's going. The Bengals offensive line has been protecting him better. I think Boyd is going to play with the finger, not necessarily true. Not necessarily going to see if Higgins is going to play with the hamstring. That's a little bit one that you got to be a little bit more cautious about. But when you got Joe Mixon, P. Ryan, you got Hayden Hurst, and you got Jamar Chase. If Tyler Boyd plays, I really expect the Bengals to do it. And then also the Bengals defense, I feel like they'd be able to limit the Bucks offense. So give me the Bengals. Giants and Commanders. I got Washington. Daniel Jones is not that guy offensively. I feel like without, like I said, it's Saquon a bust, and defensively, that front seven of Washington can limit that. Taylor Heineke is playing well enough to where they can run the ball with Robinson and Gibson, even though they both were limited this week, but also with McLaurin, John Dodson, Curtis, all of them. I got Commanders winning this one, and the Giants going back to what they was. And final game, Monday night, Rams Packers. I think that luck ran out for Baker Mayfield. I got the Packers winning. The Packers are at home. Offensively, I feel like they'll be able to put up enough points. Defensively, the Rams are shot. Offensively, the Rams are shot. I think it's Van Jefferson or bust at this point. I think the Packers defense will be able to limit the Rams a little bit more. So I'm going to go with the Packers with the win. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this week 14 recap and week 15 predictions. Please come back next week. I have some more. Got new content coming. I'll see you guys again next week. And thank you guys for tuning in. You feel me?